I'm finding somebody said something.
Can you hear us?
Ronnie was the first one. All I had to do is hit the button. Now it's good. So what we were saying, what we're going to do is we're picking bottles that people had commented about and they wanted to see. So one of those was RD1, and we'll try that in just a minute. And then we've got some Maker's Mark. People saying they wanted me to try some Maker's Mark. So we got the BEP here. These have been opened before, but we're going to, come on, focus. There we go. That's a 2023 limited release. Pretty good stuff. There's Grandma Joanne.
Hi, Grandma Joanne. How are you?
And JD Smith is here. Thanks for coming in, JD. Says sipping Extra Brooks in North Carolina. Nice. That's cool.
Ezra Brooks.
Is it Ezra Brooks? I was going to say Extra. Ezra Brooks.
And there's Matthew.
That he got in North Carolina. So that's cool. Matthew Cott says, I thought it was my end. No, it was me. So sorry about that. Yeah, Derek says that's the quietest he'd ever seen. Yeah, so I'm glad it took Ronnie to say, hey, I can't hear you.
Thanks, Ronnie.
Ronnie's the man.
He's the moderator. He was on it.
So it's weird because there's a little red light on our microphone and it'll blink. But when we first came in, it was good.
I guess it must have hit it or
maybe
off or something.
Maybe so. Anyway, and there's Turquoise BB.
Hi, BB. How are you?
She says, hi, Frontier people.
Good to see you.
I almost did my last video yesterday. So if y'all saw that, almost, I mean, it was snowing. And I knew it was supposed to snow when I got to West Virginia. That's the reason I went over there. I wanted to get this waterfall while it was snow covered. I thought, man, it's be some great pictures, be a good video. So I headed over there. By the time the time I got there, it was like 23 degrees. It had dropped from like 36 degrees down to 23. And I mean, it was quick. It was like, so everything was freezing quick. And I started sliding on that road. I'm going to tell you what, it was a little spooky at times. There's Gunslinger.
How you doing, Gunslinger? Welcome in.
Yeah, thanks for coming in. Y'all need to check this guy's channel out. He does a lot of short videos. And even when he does a long video, it's short too. He's not like me that goes on. So it's really good.
And there's Cindy. She was glad it wasn't your last film.
Yeah, I'm glad it wasn't either.
Lord, me too.
Snow driving makes you, man. It does. I mean, I've been driving in the snow. That's how I grew up. I mean, I lived in West Virginia and I've driven through tons of snow.
And around here in West Virginia, the weather is fairly predictable. I mean, they predict it pretty well, and normally it is not normal for the temperature to drop like that in the day, just quick as that.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a little unusual.
Yeah. So, and Turquoise said she enjoyed the fireside chat. And like you're saying, it's like, I mean, I went up Death Valley. If you haven't seen that video, if you want to see a video that's really cool, and I was going up Death Valley, Titus Canyon Road, I think is the name of the video. I actually did two of them because by the time I got to where I was doing this ghost town called Leadfield. But I'm gonna tell you what, nobody thinks that Death Valley is like full of ice and snow, but this road, man, once I got up on this elevation going up this mountain, and it was a dirt road. I mean, it was a drop off too, but I never felt as scared yesterday as I did in that video. I mean, my 4Runner handled it just fine. But that was not ice. Ice can be tricky. So.
And there's Dice.
Yeah, so
Good evening, Dice.
yep, I was gonna just mention Dice next. Cheers to Dice, my bourbon brother for life. That kind of rhymes, don't it?
That's right.
Cheers to Dice, bourbon brother for life. And so he says it's gonna be in the low teens tonight here in Georgia. Oh wow, that's down south.
Yeah, it's 17 right here right now.
Some of y'all ain't been down south too much, but Georgia's south. And there's Grandma Joanne saying hi to her son-in-law, keeping him in line. Scott and Christy are here. I'm glad.
Scott.
These
good to see you.
Good to see members coming in, Patreon members and YouTube members. You guys mean a lot.
And there's Tim Prater.
He said, "If you don't almost die on an adventure, are you really having an adventure?" that's right. That's right. Yeah, they're really adventures when you live to tell it.
There's Tim.
And Dice says, "Hello, mother-in-law." Tim Prater's coming in. He was there on the fireside chat, which BB was saying they enjoyed the fireside chat. That was when I was talking about the aliens and the Bigfoot and the DNA on the Bigfoot. You need to, if you hadn't seen that, I break it down pretty good. You need to watch it. And there's Bourbon and Rye Guy. And let's see what he responded to the thing and said he wanted me to do the Maker's Mark private barrel. And so we're gonna try that. And then somebody else wanted to do the RD1. That was Brandon Goody. So we got a few going to try. And I can't keep up with the chat. There's Roger. Roger, thanks for coming in. Next time, if you ever see me, you can kick me in the rear end. I left your name off. I try to go sometimes by memory, and then I don't double check myself. I need to get Tina to double check what I'm doing. So I left Roger off. But man, we appreciate Roger. He signed up as a Patreon member at the Yeti level, and that it really helps a lot. So, and he's at the Bourbon Con
2024 in Lexington, Kentucky. I'm jealous.
Man, if I'd known you was going, I'd have told you to give you some cards to hand out.
Oh man!
But spread the word. Spread the word.
That is a lot of fun.
So everybody's saying hi to everybody.
Terry Myers.
Ooh. Terry. Is Terry there?
Terry Myers.
What's up, Terry? Good to see him always. And there's Gunslinger says it's a -3 temp here. Can't do that.
I mean, 17 is cool enough.
Yeah. You know what? Since
I can't even move.
Since we are on this subject, I got a story to tell. But I want to show y'all something that I bought, because this is something, and I'm going to get serious right now. What are you going to do if you lose power for 3 or 4 days? How are you going to cook? I mean, you could go right now. It's like so cold. It's like 20, 19 right now. You could go cook outside, and that'd be, that's good if you can get out there. If you got propane tank, what if you run out of propane in a couple of days? So I think everybody needs to have a plan, because I think things are going to get rough. So one of the things I've done, I ordered one of the OPS chargers, which I'm going to show y'all that. It's like a battery charger that you can run it in a camp and all that kind of stuff. Ordered one of those. I'm not going to talk about that right now, because I'm going to do a review of that. But I'm going to do a review of this. I haven't opened this, but this is something you need to think about. This is from Instant Fire. It's like canned heat. You can see that. Each one of these little things gives you 6 hours.
Not sponsored, by the way.
Not sponsored, exactly. And but that goes with this little thing right here. And I'm going to open it up to a video probably this week. I can't. There you go. It's a space heater, Vesta And it's a little oven. So you can, it'll heat up a 200 square foot room, and it's all done by canned heat. Now what you'd want to do is get a bunch of these. And also you could use it inside because it's odorless.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you probably could use it in a tent, but I don't know. That'd be kind of dangerous. But anyway, Gunslinger may have some of that. Gunslinger says he's got enough gear if things go to hell. And I do too. So, and there's new riff. We got the new riff single barrel. Is pretty darn good.
Yeah.
So, with all the suggestions, since several people asked for the Maker's Mark, I'm going to pick one of these two right here. So, Tina, you can hold one up. This is hold it up here. Let me move over. You need to move over. Yeah. All right. So we got the BEP and then the Virginia store picked full flavor. So y'all vote BEP or full flavor, and we'll vote, and we'll just go ahead and start checking this out. Ooh, E.H. Taylor. That's good stuff for sure.
Yes, it is. Matthew, good for you. It's good.
And the Bourbon Rye guy says, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready.
That's right.
That's exactly right.
Good
exactly.
Point.
So we got a full flavor. That's one vote. First 1 to 3, we're going to try the BEP or the full flavor, because people were saying they wanted a store pack. All right, there's 2 for full flavors. BB and Derek on the same page. Need one more. This bottle right here I bought that in Colorado. So that was a cool pick. Limited release, and I got that in Colorado. And Bourbon and Rye guy says full flavor. So there we go. There's 3.
Full flavor.
And we have tried this before, and it's pretty darn good.
One of my favorites.
It's been opened already, and Steve Hickey is here in the house.
Hey, Steve. Welcome in. Good to see you.
Always good to see Steve.
Tell Debbie hi if she's watching too.
That does smell like candy. I have I haven't had a drink in a while because I'm trying to lose weight, and I've lost 4 pounds in about 8 or 9 days. So
I think the last drinks we had was our last live, which was a couple weeks
this will
ago.
probably knock me back a few days, but I'm just gonna get right back on board. And I'm gonna use the
and there's Major Zero. Welcome in.
There's the man.
Good to see you.
Major Zero, have you passed me up already? My dude is growing so fast, I can't even keep track.
He's on it. He said, everybody hit that like button.
Exactly.
Yeah, don't forget.
Yep.
Hit that like button.
Shakey's View said, I picked up 2 bottles this week. Wild Turkey 101 Rye. That's pretty good stuff. And Ben Holiday Bottled in Bond. And I've heard that's good, but I hadn't tried it. So I've seen that. I don't know how many times. And I know that Bruzel says that's the best Missouri whiskey. So,
cool.
Yeah, and it's cheap usually. So, yeah, that's 2 good bottles. 2 good bottles.
Gunslinger said, if you get drunk enough, you won't care about your weight.
Yeah, but I was having like some stomach problems and stuff, and that's all pretty much gone away. Maybe it'll come back tonight. We'll see. But that is true. And
The smell.
That smells so good. It smells like
The smell
pure candy.
lives up to its name.
Now,
Full flavor.
it is. Now it says, let's see what it says about this. It says that they use several different staves in this, like 10 different staves. I'm going to get my... If y'all are familiar with Maker's Mark, what they do is when they finish, a lot of times they finish their whiskeys, and then they'll set them in this room, and they'll put these staves, different staves, which are about that wide, about that long, and they just drop them into barrels. And look here, Scott Lungwitz. Such a great community. Okay, I'll have to read that later, Scott. But anyway, on these staves, it was a baked American puree, seared French cuvee, 3 roasted French mocha, and 3 toasted French spice. So
I like mocha.
And that might have been what I was smelling, something that was more chocolatey than coffee, though.
Mocha is one of my favorite flavors.
That does smell good. If you don't have this, of course, this is a Virginia store pick. And
yes, Matthew. Maker's has some good flavor, but the full flavor has even better flavor. Gosh,
it was like that was my first whiskey drink in a long time, and all I got was a bunch of heat. I'm a rookie, guys. I'm a rookie all over again. I gotta learn to sip this stuff.
No, you're right. It's heat on the front, and I don't remember that from the last time we tasted it. But
yeah, I got a lot of heat right from the front, but
you can't go by your first sip.
Much better. Very sweet. You still got the caramel and vanilla. A lot more spicier than I remember.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But sweet. It's like a sweet heat. Very sweet.
Yeah, but what is the Maker's Mark is usually
pretty low key.
Yeah, pretty much.
It is full flavor.
Oh, it's 110.6, which for a Maker's Mark,
that's pretty high.
Pretty high. When we did the tour, they said that it usually went in the barrels at about 130, then come out about 110 or so. So this was basically their kind of cask drink. So 110. Yeah, it'll come back. Shakey said, I never got into Makers or Woodford. Makers is most beautiful campus. I'm not a huge fan, but some of their stuff is really good. And then Woodford, no, the best Woodford is the Double Oak to me.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite, but we revisited both just last month, and I liked a lot of the Woodfords a lot more than I did, like, say, the first time when we tried several. Double Oaked is definitely my favorite, but
yeah, some are good. I mean,
I enjoyed it a lot more. So I've become a fan of Woodford. And Maker's Mark. I've always been a fan, but
yeah. This is a lot spicier. I wonder because it's been opened. I don't know why. It's just spicier than I remember.
It is.
Heat and spice and sweet. So that's pretty good. Pretty good. Now, I think we need to do a total. Is Brandon Goody in here or Aaron? I think it's Aaron is his name. If he's in here, I'm gonna try that. Did somebody say that Dice were you talking about the new riff?
Yeah, I believe he said that is good. Single barrel,
Mm-hmm.
really good.
Let's try this again. We've done this before. This is the new riff single barrel.
Yep. That was one of our, who picked that in the chat? I mean, not in this chat, but earlier. Who picked it?
Dice said he had one.
Right,
But I
somebody
can't.
suggested it in the
I thought it was Dice. I don't know.
in the pictures earlier today.
Oh, I don't.
Not in
Let's
the chat.
see if anybody did. They said RD1. Oh yes, Daniel Stroh. He said he wants to see the new riff, so we're gonna try it.
Yep.
And so this cork pool is going to go out to Christy and Scott. They're here, right?
Yep.
Christy and Scott, this cork pool is for you. Here we go. Pretty good.
There
Isn't
we
it?
go.
They use these rubber corks.
Yeah.
See that? And it's not wooden cork. It's weird, and I'm going to try it in the new riff glass that I have. That's pretty cool. Turn around here so you can see the backside.
I don't have one.
Oh, you've got a backside.
I definitely have one of those.
Oh, you don't have a new riff glass.
You didn't get me a new riff glass.
I didn't get a new riff glass. Shakey says he sticks to mostly budget bourbons. I've only had the Jim Beam Double Oak, but I like it. Oh, you got to try the Woodford Double Oak, which is it's one of the best. I mean, really you're probably going to pay $60, $65, but
it's worth it.
Believe you me. I'll tell you what, Shakey, if you pick it up and you don't like it and feel like you just mail it to me. And then you won't feel, and then I'll send you the postage, which is probably about the most as the barrel,
as the bottle.
The bottle, yeah. This new riff is good. It's funny. New riff is up in northern Kentucky, right across the river from Cincinnati, and it's on the parking lot with Party Source, which is huge liquor store. So I picked up that new riff, and I picked up the Balboa Rye, which is pretty good too.
Neil Macedo.
He did there he is.
Trailblazer for 7 months.
Cool. And he's from Australia. That's our Aussie friend. And our other Aussie friend is Michael Ford, who's a Patreon member. So
good evening, mate.
And I have not had the Beam Double Oak, and I'd like to try that.
Yeah.
So we might do that sometime.
Just to see. Yeah, I bet it is good.
So they have, that's right, they do have the small bottles. Yeah, so you could buy that for $30, wait till payday.
Yeah.
And I would, guys, don't do what I do. I got so many bottles right now, I can't even afford to buy anymore.
Can't drink them all.
Mm-mm. We'll
have to go hide our bottles out in the yard to do a bourbon hunt. Like an Easter egg hunt. We'll just hide them and hunt them.
Oh, wow. that new riff, single barrel. That's good stuff. And it's like...
It is.
The proof is 113.2. So it's higher proof than the makers, but it doesn't drink like a 113 proof. It's just good. Got your normal caramel, vanilla.
Yeah. It's a little bit easier to drink than the, like you were saying, like the full flavor. Ooh.
Got some like, God, it's like very, some kind of red fruit and like sweet, a little creamy.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like strawberries and cream. Not cherries, because it's so sweet. It's sweet like strawberries. Very cool.
Like
that's
strawberry wine.
Good. Mm. Now, here in a little bit, I'm going to tell you a story about a missing hunter from West Virginia. So we'll try something else here in just a minute. And let's go ahead and try. Dice is saying hi to Neil. And there he is. Brandon Goodman says we're sipping on right now. We're sipping on some what is it? New Riff?
New Riff.
Single barrel. So we just started sipping on the New Riff single barrel, and we're going to go.
We tried the Maker's Mark full flavor. And
Roger says the New Riff malted rye is very good. And guys, Roger is, like I mentioned earlier, he is a Patreon member. We've got several of our Patreon members in here. Derek and Cindy. Who else we got?
Roger, Scott and Christy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if Miss Kia-Belle is here. Sometimes she's here and she just lurks.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see Jer.
Yeah, he might be able to come in. Bill, he's a Patreon member. So that New Riff is good.
It is. It's easy to drink too.
Wow.
A little easier than the Maker's Mark full flavor, which I'm very
now get a little spice on the end, but nothing like that. You know, they're doing a good job there at New Riff. I really like it. So I have to go back up to Kentucky and visit that, because she hasn't been. I did that by myself. Good stuff. So I'm going to try this RD1 now. Let me turn this off. And I opened that up and I tried it. It was on a live stream, wasn't it?
I think we tried it with Nathan and Lori on New Year's Eve.
Oh, so we okay. So I opened it up.
But I think we did do it on our live stream too.
We may have.
Did we do this the last live stream? Does anybody remember? I'd have to go back and watch it. I know we tried it with them originally.
Yeah. I picked this up at the coolest liquor store. Now, the Party Source up in like Newport, Kentucky is the biggest. But the coolest.
There's Kia-Belle.
The coolest. Hey, Kia-Belle. She's a Patreon, YouTube member, all around. Greatest moderator ever and the sweetest person ever. And I picked this up at Evergreen Liquors in Bardstown, and that is such a treat to go in there. You just do the tastings and stuff, and it's really cool. So I picked this up. Now this is going to go out to the lady that just showed up, Miss Kia-Belle. Ooh, good little cork pull on that.
That's a good pop. Major Zero said he got a sample of RD1 and really liked it. Just about perfect for a finished one. Oops, sorry. Good. I'm glad you liked it. I'm going to tell you what. I already know I like this.
I was kind of like on the fence with it. I mean, it's so different. I couldn't decide whether I really like it or not. It's finished, it's Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey finished in Brazilian Amburana wood. And the proof on this is 110. So it's got a little heat. Mm-hmm. But see, on the nose, I'm not a fan. That's this. I don't know. It's just different.
Doesn't have as good of aroma as our first two. New Riff or
and it's not a bad. It's just different.
Yeah. Or was it the red label that we tried?
No, this is the one we tried.
Is it?
And it's got very unique. It's like, and I'm not mad about it, but I'm just
not mad.
I'm not mad, but I'm just. Okay. I don't know. I'm just curious about it. Like, what is that? I guess because I'm not familiar with Brazilian Amburana wood.
Does it make you sad?
No, it doesn't make me sad.
Doesn't make you glad.
I'm trying to think. There's a weird sweetness to this. I don't know. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I wouldn't drink it every night, but a good night finisher is what I think somebody else said. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I'm not smelling that on the nose though.
Oh my goodness.
Maybe
now I remember why I like it. And
that smells like wine to me.
You hit the nail on the head for me, Major Zero. It so does not taste like it smells.
Yeah, but it does in a way.
It is very sweet.
I think somebody else said Cinnamon Toast Crunch, but
there's Dave. Hey, Dave.
I don't know about that. Let's see.
Watts Creek Dave.
It
is very good.
That's what it is, sweet, but then it's got like you know how you like this, like cinnamon candy at the back. That's what the guy said something about when he said it's like Cinnamon Toast Crunch with the Red Hots finish.
Yes.
Now I'm getting the Red Hots, and I can get the cinnamon spice.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Yeah,
I can definitely get that.
You got that?
Yes.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Yes. Gunslinger has to go film camp. He's camping and testing some things. Everyone have a good night. And he said, remember, brother, low range when you're in the snow.
Yeah.
Hey, Gunslinger.
Low range. I went down 12 foot of snow in West Virginia with a S10 Chevy pickup with it. It was not 4-wheel drive. Everybody was in the ditch. But I kept going along. People just go in the ditch. And I kept going along. I just kept trudging along. I don't know how I made it. Just the good Lord is watching over me. And then this week I hit, and I've got really good tires, Falcon Wild Peak tires. And, but I probably was going too fast at the beginning. I had too much confidence in my vehicle and on a road that I didn't know. And then once you start sliding, that's when shit happens. So I did good to maintain because it could have been a lot worse, but I maintained. So that's the main thing. And y'all want to know about camping and stuff? Go see Gunslinger. That dude's got everything. And he's also got the coolest intro ever. Is New Riff available in Tennessee? I would say it should be. I don't know. I've never really looked for it there, Dave, but should be somewhere. I mean, it's pretty available.
Yeah, I've seen it.
I would think so.
I can't remember specifically in Tennessee,
Gatlinburg
but
and MCs. I've seen it.
But I've seen it in different places.
Major Zero says, now I like Scott, so I'm known for my trash bag. Not a fan of the Starlight Amburana, not as good. I'm not a big Scotch fan, but I'm just... I would come back to this only because it's different, and it's like sometimes, and Major, you may get this yourself. Sometimes you just want to do something different. Now, my go-tos for when I want to do something different are the Redwood Empire stuff. all those are unique. They're not like your regular Kentucky straight bourbon whiskeys. And so I'll go to those a lot. But now I can see myself coming in and trying this. And I'm like, let's try this. I just want a little hankering for that. So.
But Brandon was the one that mentioned the Cinnamon Toast Crunch and Red Hots.
And I get the Red Hots.
I will totally agree on both, actually, because I can get both flavors. It's very unique, I think, because it gives you those flavors. So if anybody likes that kind of thing, I think it's worth, if you're into your bourbon, I think it's worth giving it a try for that. But
yeah,
I like it.
There you go. Kia-Belle she's the bomb diggity. Drop the Gunslinger's link in there. She says she's driving. So, okay, be careful, girl.
Yes, be very careful.
Yeah, he says, I get tired of vanilla and caramel, and it is different. Right. So sometimes you get tired of the same old. I can. Ooh, now that was good. That taste, it was a bigger gulp that I had.
I get it on,
and it's like really good full flavor. So yeah, it's not bad, not bad at all. And Dave, he has been a member for a long time. One of my very first, actually. Kia might have been the first. She's at least one of the first ones or two. And Kissy Cat was one of our first members. And then you know who else was Dylan Pritchard, who was a Patreon member, and you know he paid in a lot of money. I look on that and see how much money people have paid towards me. It embarrasses me. So I appreciate it, but it makes me not feel great. But I appreciate it. Tina has to keep saying, hey, people enjoy supporting you. Right. So that does mean a lot. So Bourbon and Rye Guy sipping on Baker's 7 tonight, and it's a total peanut bomb to me. Love it. Okay. So he might like some peanuts. That probably
nutty flavors.
That would probably be something I probably would not enjoy. But you know what? That's why they make so many different kinds of bourbons and whiskeys.
Because so many people have different flavors.
Well, I'm gonna tell you a story now. And y'all be thinking of something that you might want to try or might want us to try. We've tried the Makers, we've tried the New Riff, and we've tried the Amburana.
And you may not be able to see it, but you just ask
us.
But
you can ask if we have it. We'll try it.
We'll see if we have it.
We were talking about the Woodford Double Oak. We ought to probably just break that out.
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you a story. This was written by, if you saw my fireside chat, I talked about Scott Carpenter. And BB was saying she enjoyed that. One of Scott Carpenter's best friends is this man, David Pleitis, who wrote this book, The Missing 411 Hunters. There is a movie about the hunters, missing 411 hunters, and you can get it on Amazon. And I would watch it. Actually, I would watch all of the missing 411 movies because they are all really, really good. And Bourbon and Rye Guy says, funny, I've been drinking that too. I got more peppery. I thought it was a rye at first. Also reminds me of Jim Beam. Okay. And so this story is about a guy from West Virginia. His name was Lawrence Wright. And he and his son lived up in Tucker County, West Virginia, which is on the I guess, the northeastern side of the state, kind of in the north middle part of the state. Let me share my screen. All right, so you should be seeing that. And so, getting some messages. I'm sorry. So I need to turn that down for a minute. So anyway, so Tina can see my screen. Well, I'm trying to turn this down, but it ain't.
Turn it on silent.
Yeah, there we go. Okay. Turn on sound. It is. All right. So if you can see my screen here, I may have to just turn my phone completely off. All right. So if you see my screen, this is West Virginia. I can back out of this a little bit and show you. See, this is the panhandle of West Virginia. It comes down through here, and then it's got this area. All this is West Virginia. And Tucker County is like right in here. And let me show you. This is Backbone Mountain. That's where these guys were going to go hunting. It was Lawrence Wright and his dad. I mean, Lawrence Wright is missing, but his son was Richard. Now, these guys had gone hiking a lot. And so they decided they were going to go hiking here or not hiking, they were hunting on Backbone Mountain. Now, you can see Backbone Mountain. I'm going to zoom it in some more so you can really see this terrain. And you can see why they call it Backbone Mountain, because look at this little ridge that runs down through here. And it keeps on going down for a long ways. This actually, Backbone Mountain is like 39 miles long. So these guys went in hunting on Backbone Mountain. You see that line of trees? That's the ridge. And it keeps going on around and keeps going on down for a pretty good ways. So they decided most likely they came down 219 here. If you see and there's a little park, which is probably where they set up camp.
His phone is blowing up.
I had to take my phone and put it in another room because it was just going crazy. So, so they decided this is where they did the search, because the son and Richard and the father Lawrence, they decided they would take different sides to go up the mountain and then meet. So I don't know if that meant one was going to walk right there. You can see there's a little road right here that goes down through here. Like they could park there and then somebody could walk up this way and somebody could walk up this way. But they planned to meet at the top of the mountain. So Richard got up there and his father wasn't there at the top of the mountain. It's like 3,360 feet above sea level. I don't know how much elevation they had to gain, but they're probably both in pretty good shape because they hunt all the time. So they were up there. His son gets up there and he doesn't see his father, so he thinks, well, maybe he's already gone down. So he starts to head back down because his son had a farther. What I'm thinking, his son must have had to come up another way and then come up here and meet him. I'm pure speculation. And so then his father was supposed to meet him up there. As he's coming down, he hears 2 gunshots. So Richard thinks, okay, well, maybe Dad has shot something, had to shoot it twice, whatever. So he starts heading back up. And he couldn't find it. So then he starts heading towards where he heard the gunshots. And when he heard got to where he heard the gunshots, he couldn't find his father. So he decides to head on back down off the mountain. Here's the mountain. He decides to head on back down from the mountain. And he starts worrying. Didn't see his father anywhere. So then he calls the authorities, tells them what's going on, tells them they were both out hunting. He heard his father shoot his rifle twice. He thought it was his shooting, but they couldn't find anything. And David Pilatus says that they brought in 50 searchers. They were able to get a National Guard helicopter to search around. They thought, well, this is going to be pretty easy. I mean, he'll probably come walking out of the woods pretty soon, or we'll see him walking, because it's in the wintertime. Well, then the snow started coming pretty heavy. But they continued to search on even into the next day. Now, he went missing on November 24th, and they kept searching for 5 days. And, of course, they had different crews coming in all the time, and they're searching all over this mountain. And so then after a while, they terminated. Then they picked it back up. Because the weather got really bad around November 30th, so they had to stop. They picked it up on December 11th and searched for a couple more days, and they didn't find anything. He said the snow had fallen so much that an article in the new local paper, Charleston Gazette, said that some of the searchers had such a hard time trying to navigate that one time one guy fell into a snowdrift about up to his neck. So this was, people don't understand. West Virginia is a very unforgiving place, and it can be dangerous. It's beautiful, but it's wild and wonderful. It doesn't get that name for nothing. After they searched for a long, long time, almost 100 searchers went in using helicopters, snowmobiles, 4x4s, and everybody's trying to look for him. And they never found Lawrence, ever. Nothing.
That blows my mind. When people go missing and nothing is ever found. Not a trace.
Yeah. And you just think of the... And the thing was, Richard and Lawrence both were skilled hunters. They even had plans. So like, if you got lost, we'll do this. If we get injured, we'll do this. And that they don't go into detail, but I bet when he shot his rifle, maybe he was injured, maybe he was not safe. So he shot his rifle, calling for his son. The other thing I think about is maybe he was shooting at something that scared him.
That's true.
But we never saw, they didn't see anything of him.
That's true.
Nothing.
Oof.
So yeah, this blows my mind. I just don't even.
It's so mysterious.
That is just crazy. That doesn't make sense.
Mm-mm.
I mean, he was if they had a happy family. He was a builder. He built houses. Him and his son were like best friends. They did everything together. So it's crazy.
Snowshoe, yeah, I know it very well.
Yeah.
Shakey's reviews. Was in
Snowshoe
West
is probably
Virginia
the
one
best
time.
place to ski in the east.
Yep.
So let's see if we can find out of all this stuff this Woodford double oaked. I don't know if I even know where it is.
I was gonna say I saw it recently somewhere.
Now,
Anybody else have anything else you want us to try? We're gonna try the Woodford double oaked right now. But if you can think of anything that piques your interest.
You know what we need is that store pick. There it is.
Yeah.
So he said, I don't hang out too much in West Virginia. Usually just drive through on the way to Kentucky. Route
West
64.
Virginia is beautiful.
It is beautiful. I love West Virginia. And so anyway, so we've got the double. Look how much, this is how much we like this. I've got a lot of bottles, but look at this.
And I know Steve, if he's still in here, he loves Woodford. And I think he has recently gotten the double oaked and tried it. I think he liked it.
And
Let me know, Steve, if you're in
this
here.
is a store pick. 3 places at once, store pick. And this is just the regular stuff that you can get off the shelf.
And Dice or Matthew, if you're still in here, I'm not sure. Have you guys gotten to try the Woodford double oaked? I'm not sure if that's a bottle you guys have or what. I think that one's clean.
And if you sign up for Patreon, guys, you'll get one of these glasses with the Bigfoot on it. So I got a couple I got to send out soon. Jer, Randall, who else? Bill. Well, I sent Bill a glass. He may need another one. But whoever, if you signed up to Patreon, you get one of these after a couple months. So I got to get busy getting stuff ready. And you'll get a t-shirt too. So after, I think 3 months, but I'll get them out because I know we got good people here. So I'm going to try this cork pool is going to go out to Derek and Cindy because I guess they're still here. So this is the store pick. Ooh, kind of weak. Been open for a long time. But that went out to Derek and Cindy.
Steve said he loves it. That's what he's drinking now out of the Frontiersman glass.
Nice.
It tastes better too, doesn't it, Steve, out of that glass? That's one thing that Walt left out. If you get one of these glasses, everything tastes better out of it. Just ask Steve.
Matthew says he doesn't have it, but he's drank it in a bar a few times. It's very tasty. Yes, it is. And we'll see. Yep, there's Derek. And so we'll see if after all these mixtures of, I'm going to wash my palate a little bit. You want some water?
No, I've got some over here. Got mine in this.
If Major Zero's here, I'd like to know what he thinks of Woodford double oak. Whether he likes it.
Yeah, I don't know if he said something.
What I like it now, this store pick, immediately, man, you can smell that oakiness.
Yes.
And that rich caramel, vanilla, brown sugar right off the
Derek's having trouble with his auto text again. Auto correct.
Yeah, I was an English teacher, so you better get it straight. Oh my gosh. That is so good. I mean,
Yes, it is.
that's way better than anything else we tried.
Yep.
As far as
In
I'm
my
concerned, that's
opinion,
just
too.
that's just so nice.
Very smooth,
Mm-hmm.
easy to drink, and full of flavor.
It is.
Gosh, you get so many flavors. Like you said, the oak. But now I'm getting like a.
See, turn your light on and we'll see what your light.
I'll have to go out of here. That's fine.
Maybe I can read it off the screen. I can't see. Maybe y'all can tell me. Is it 43? So it's about 90 some percent. I can't.
Now I can't get my thing back. Right. You can't see.
I think Tina and Derek have a lot in common. Tina's technologically challenged.
Listen, I had my chat up, so like I would have to like go all the way out of it.
Your chat's right there.
I know.
So it's 45.2. I can finally see that. And so it's 90.4%. So it's not going to be as
Nathan Fireball.
much heat. There's Nathan. Nathan, you've been blowing up my phone, but I couldn't check it yet. So, but I will. We're going to be done here in just a little bit. And I guarantee you, Nathan has got some bottles he's going to bring over. What
do you say, Nate?
Let's see what Nate's got. He's always got something.
What you
Oh
drinking,
my goodness.
Oh Lord.
My highbrow. He got this new bottle of Redwood Empire. Look at this.
Oh Lord.
I knew he went somewhere. He must have went to North Carolina or something. Because I knew his truck was gone. I'm like, that dude's done went on a bourbon hunt somewhere. He's got several. He knows I like Redwood Empire, so he's got several. And then Old Soul. Where in the heck did you go? My God.
14 new bottles. Good.
Oh
grief.
my God. He just bought 14 bottles. Where in the hell did you go?
Oh Lord.
That dude, he is something else. So we're just going to do a video of Nathan's picks.
Yep.
So anyway. So, did he say, Bourbon Rice says that Woodford Double Oak is a staple. I can only imagine how good a store pick. Yeah, that store pick is just nice. And thanks, Major Zero. He could read it. He's going to miss it with the OGD one. What the heck is that? Oh, Granddad. You're going to mix it? All right, let me know how that goes. If you're doing a video, I'll have to watch that one.
Bourbon and
I know, he's like, Nathan, I knew he was going to go to North Carolina. 14 new bottles.
Oh,
now let's compare just the regular. If you can turn around and reach, there's two right there.
What about that one?
Never mind.
You think it's much different? Sorry. Oh, so you were going to say the regular. I'm sorry. I thought you meant regular Woodford.
No. So this is just the regular that you can get off any store of the double oaked. And I probably should have done that second, and this one's going to go out to Rod, did we do one to Roger
I
already?
don't think so.
Roger Randall, this cork pulls for you. Roger Randall. If I can get this thing, hadn't been open in a long time. Oh, that was very weak, but it came out.
It was.
This bottle's been around a while.
I'm not done with my store pick. I'm gonna save some of my store picks so I can enjoy that some more. But this is probably gonna be good too. Ooh, I'm gonna compare. Oh,
Well, that bottle's older,
mm-hmm.
so and it's been open for a while.
Oh, this one. The store pick smells better.
Yeah, the store pick's richer. It's a newer bottle, but you can see I like it so much that it's
Yeah.
over halfway gone. Oh yeah, that's still good. That's just not quite as rich. Doesn't have as quite the finish
Mm-hmm.
that the store pick would have.
But it's
Same
good.
proof. It's 45.2.
This is what Steve is having, I reckon.
Mm-hmm.
And it's good.
Still good.
Yep. Very comparable.
So, guys, two things that I've become kind of snobbish about. I
Bourbon.
like single barrels and I like store picks.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Definitely.
yep.
Bourbon and rye, guys. Gotta go.
He's heading on out. Thanks for coming in.
Yes, thank you.
Appreciate it. And
have a great rest of
yeah.
your weekend.
So, what's your favorite drink from today? I would have to say that this right here, Woodford
Yep.
Double Oak store pick. And then the new riff is probably second.
Yeah, I like the new riff, but I also enjoyed the RD one for something different.
Mm-hmm.
It was definitely the most different. But the new riff is really good. And I'm going to say this too.
Mm-hmm.
To me, the regular double oaked is
Yeah, it's
really
good
good too. This is just unique. Yeah. The store pick is just unique.
Now, if you're used to drinking just,
Major Zero's got to go too.
Yeah. See you, Major Zero. Thanks for coming in. Guys, go check his channel out because he's probably passed me up by now. He used to be like 300, and now he's probably like 4,000. That dude is, but he does a lot of videos. He does a good job.
Yeah.
Really good job. While I'm out hunting Bigfoot, he's still doing bourbon videos. And but you got to do what you love, and I love doing what I love. What's your favorite from the regular line of Redwood Empire? Lost Monarch is my favorite. I love that stuff. And I need to get a new bottle. So, good question. Good question. So I think we're going to wind it down, guys.
Yeah, that's right, Steve.
Yeah, the store pick is definitely richer. You're right. The regular shelf double oak is good too. I mean, it's good. But that store pick is just to another level. So like I said, I've become a single barrel snob, and if I can get a store pick of something or like a single barrel store pick, now you got some good stuff. So all that is great. So we wanted to go for about an hour. We did. Thank y'all for coming in. I hope you enjoyed the stories. Consider becoming a YouTube member or a Patreon member. Both of those help the channel grow.
Oh,
and Shakey said he had a blast tonight. Thank you so much, sir.
You want to talk about?
Oh yeah, and Tina's shirt. You might need to stand up. She's got the
some Frontiersman
gear that you can get on just below the description, and those are cool shirts. You can get those. There's some other different designs, and then I've got the Into the AM. This is the Bigfoot. I love this shirt. And these Into the AM. Now, those are very comfortable shirts, that Teespring. But these are too. And these fit so nice. I just love them through the shoulders, through my arms. And they're really, and I just love that design. Look at that. That's bad.
Got some really cool artwork on
They
there.
do. Thanks, Cindy. Thanks, Derek.
Steve said, need one more story. Need another story.
We need, I need another story. Well, we'll do that.
We'll do it next time.
We'll do one Saturday, and next Saturday probably, or the Saturday after, and we'll probably go 2 hours, something like that. So anyway, thank you all. Thank you.
Thank y'all so much.
We certainly enjoyed hanging out with y'all.
Always love to chat with y'all and
have a great night.
Taste some bourbons.
Scott says great live. Thank you, Scott. Appreciate all my members so much. All my Patreon members. You do so much for me. And so we'll see you next time. And keep it squatchy.